Okay, let's dive in. Medical technology, I mean, it's just been a total game changer.
Oh, completely.
It's saving lives, making surgery way more precise, and these tools we have now, like smart pacemakers, continuous glucose monitors, just astounding, really.
Absolutely sounding. But there's maybe a side to this progress that we don't see as much.
Okay.
And that's where it gets, well, really interesting. While we're celebrating all these amazing innovations, there's this quieter thing happening.
Which is?
Patients, they're often just unaware of how much data their smart medical devices are collecting, and crucially, where that data is going. And our deep dive today is really going to unpack that hidden world. We're using Steve Resak's book as a guide here. It's called The Silent Implant, How Smart Medical Devices Turn Patients into Data. Really eye-opening stuff.
The silent implant. Okay, so our mission today then is to explore exactly that, the silent implant idea.
Yeah.
How these devices, things inside or on your body, can turn you, the patient, into basically a stream of data points.
Right. Your heart rate, activity levels, how the device itself is functioning.
And what happens to all that info? Because it raises some big questions, doesn't it? About, safety, consent, trust, really.
Huge questions. And Rusak's own story, it started very personally, which is fascinating.
How so?
Well, he didn't actually set out to be an investigator on this. It kicked off after his own knee replacement surgery.
Okay.
He found out later, much later, that he'd actually received an implant that wasn't technically approved.
Wow. An unapproved implant.
Exactly. And that personal shock sort of pushed him into this world, and he discovered it was incredibly opaque, not much regulation.
So he starts digging.
And he realizes, wait a minute, my body, post-surgery with this implant, it's generating data. About my movement, how the implant's working. And crucially, this data wasn't just staying between him and his doctor.
Okay, that's alarming enough, the unapproved implant part.
Right.
But then realizing your knee is basically a data source.
Right.
So who actually wants this data? Like, what's the point? Is it anonymous or?
Well, Rusak found this whole complex ecosystem. Obviously, the device companies themselves use it, for R&D, making the products better. That makes sense.
Sure, product improvement.
But then you have data aggregators, these other companies. They gather up this information. Sometimes they de-identify it.
Meaning they strip your name off, theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah.
Separate it from your specific identity. And then they sell this bulk data to, well, all sorts of third parties.
Like who?
Market researchers, maybe pharma companies looking at how well drugs are working in the real world, and potentially even companies involved in things like insurance risk assessment.
Okay, that's the worrying part. Insurance.
That's a major concern. And the key thing Rusak highlights is just the sheer amount of data, how detailed it is. And it's often collected and then sold on without patients giving really clear, explicit consent that covers all those downstream uses.
Right. You click agree on some massive document you haven't really read.
Exactly. You have no real idea where your steps per day or your heart rhythm data might end up.
And is this just about things inside your body, like implants? Or does it cover, the wearables lots of us use now? Smartwatches, fitness trackers?
That's a really important point. Well, Rusak's book focuses a lot on his implant experience. The principles, they definitely extend wider.
To other smart health devices.
Yeah, many smart medical devices, or even just health-adjacent ones. The core issue is the same. Those terms and conditions, the consent process. It often doesn't spell out the full scope of data collection or, crucially, the potential for it to be monetized.
So the convenience is amazing. The health benefits can be huge.
Immense benefits, absolutely.
But there's this sort of hidden data economy running underneath.
This silent data flow, exactly. Turning our very personal health metrics into, well, a commodity. And if you connect this back to the bigger picture, Rusak's personal journey, starting with that unapproved implant discovery, it really highlights this tension, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You've got the incredible promise of innovation, the tech, saving lives, but it can sometimes overshadow these really vital questions about, data privacy, patient control, autonomy.
His experience really grounds it. It's not abstract anymore.
Exactly. He stumbled into this opaque world of data-driven healthcare, and it revealed a systemic issue. Corporations profiting from our most, well, intimate information. And it chips away at trust.
That personal angle makes you think, doesn't it? Who actually plows through those massive terms and conditions documents, especially for something medical?
Almost nobody, realistically.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now? As medical tech keeps racing ahead, getting smarter,
Yeah.
this deep dive, it kind of invites you to think about it, right? What's the real cost of all this convenience, this monitoring, when your own body becomes a data point?
A constantly streaming data point.
And maybe the biggest question, how much do we really know about what our devices are doing, quietly, behind the scenes? It's fundamental, isn't it? Who owns your data, especially when it comes, literally, from inside you? Something to think about.